And what will we find at the end of the road? Well, what are we waiting for? Hold up, I just want to talk to everybody real quick. I've done it, Lavenza. I've worked out which way they're headed. Whenever you're ready, we'll set course for Azis Law. She's all patched up, Lavenza. One good turn. Judging from Sid's expression, he has news which he believes will please you. I want to say this is when she reveals... Because she hasn't revealed that she's Garlean yet, has she? Or that she's Livia's sister. Or did she? Part of me is thinking back to a discussion with Amaric and her there. But I don't... I just remember there is a point when she takes off the like tiara thing or whatever, and you see the third eye. Lest you wonder, Wedge was able to calculate the heading indicated by the beam of light emitted by the key. If Azis Law lies in that direction, we'll find it. I'm just thinking because something about her Magitech, like her being next to the Magitech armor when she does that. Anyway. The Salil may have a lead on us, but she's no Enterprise. We'll catch them. You'll see. I take it this is going straight into a cutscene.
I did not think that I would ever have occasion to pilot a suit of Magitech armor again. Least of all under these circumstances.
Yep. It's weird the details I do remember.
My full name is Lucia Go Junius, and I was born a citizen of Garlemald.
Ah, that explains it. When we first met in Ishgard, I very nearly called you Livia.
Livia? Livia Sasjunius? The tribunus who served under Gaius van Baelsar?
Aye, she was my sister, though we spent little time together. After our parents were killed in an uprising, we were sent to live in different households, setting us on separate paths. Livia felt at home on the battlefield and chose to become a soldier, while I underwent training to become a spy.
Then, Ishgard was...
My mission. It was believed that Allagan relics of great worth were stored in the vault, and I was sent to investigate. Though I was given little information at the time, I now suspect I was searching for the key we but recently lost. And then I met Sir Emeric. 'Twas his usefulness to my mission which prompted me to approach him, but I soon found myself drawn to him for other reasons. He too was a prisoner of his past, judged for his heritage as a bastard son of the Archbishop. Yet unlike my sister and I, he did not curse his fate. He simply rose above it. In time, I came to realize that I had found a man worth following, and a new home besides. And when I subsequently confessed all to Sir Emeric, he was good enough to accept me into his service.
I do not question your loyalty to Sir Emeric. 'Tis your loyalty to your sister which concerns me.
She's dead.
I have long been of the opinion that those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future. My sister fought for her convictions and for those she held dear. So do I. So must we all.
Well, I, for one, am happy to welcome a fellow Garlean to our merry band. Especially one who can make Magitech armor sing.
Chief, we should be getting close.
Once we break through those clouds, we'll be right where the light was pointing. Right where Azizlar should be.
Hold on, everyone!
Yeah, Wedge's voice was not what I was expecting. Not bad, just wasn't expecting it. A little bit deeper than I was expecting. You know how Lalas are. Although most of them do have kind of normal, they're not like high-pitched voices.
Look! I think that's it!
I mean, if it's not, what is it then?
Chief, is that... Allegan? Aye. There's no mistaking their handiwork.
What was that?
Some sort of barrier.
She won't hold, Chief! She's breaking up!
I've lost the auxiliary propeller!
Sid, it's no use! We must return to Ishgard and find another way!
God damn it all! Why do the Allegans always have to make everything so bloody complicated?
Just good security protocols, I guess. I mean, they end up being kind of easily circumvented, but at least initially, you know, they're a good deterrent. What could be out there that would warrant the personal attention of the Emperor himself? Gods, just thinking about all the repairs we'll have to make is giving me a bleeding headache. I wonder, does she have a name? Oh, he's probably thinking of the Magitech armor. Sid's piloting under pressure was a marvel to behold, and may I never have the opportunity to do so again. Ah, and we barely finished repairing the damage incurred during our sky fishing trip. On the other hand, any landing you can walk away from, as they say. I can only presume the Salil passed through the barrier unscathed. That would certainly explain why the Vanu called it a key. For every day I spend in the sky, it feels as though I spend a week on the ground. An engineering enterprise. Alphino appears relieved to be standing on solid ground once more. Assuming Sid is correct, and I have no reason to think that he is not, the Vanu's key is required to pass through the barrier protecting Azizlar. But even without it, we must find a way to reach the Isle. I shall have everyone convene at the seat of the Lord Commander, that we might discuss how best to proceed. As before, make yourself known to the guardsman when you arrive, and he will show you in. Okay, my guess is it's probably going to send us to the hinterlands now. Um, that would be my guess anyway. Because I just remember Azizla as being like the final zone. But I could be wrong. Though then I wonder how much time we would... I mean, I'm just wondering how much time before we actually do get to go to Azizla. Ah, you are returned. Sir Emmerich and the others await you within. Welcome back, my friend, and pray forgive my earlier display. I grieve for my son still, and shall continue to do so, but I have resolved to be strong. It is what he would have wished. Though we know little and less of Azizla, one thing is plain. The Archbishop and the Garleans cannot be allowed to avail themselves of its secrets. I swear, wherever there's an Allegan ruin, there's trouble just waiting to happen. I suppose that's why they erected such a damnably convoluted defenses around everything. If the Empire has an interest in Azizla, we have all the more reason to hurry. I would not see its secrets fall in the hands of either the Archbishop or the Emperor.
In summary, the Isle owes its lofty position to the industry of the Allegans. And we can be all but certain that the Archbishop and his cronies are enjoying the view from its top.
I see.
If we are to join them, we will first need to pass through the Isle's etheric barrier, which is, alas, more powerful than most. Powerful enough to make a mess of a perfectly good airship at any rate. As far as I can gather, the barrier mechanism draws ether from the surrounding environment and polarizes its elemental aspect to produce what is, in effect, a wall of lightning.
It seems plain that without the Vanu's key, any attempt to reach the Isle will end in failure.
Alas, the key was careless enough to leave without us, and I don't think the Vanu keep a spare.
Master Garland, based on your experience, is there no other way that we might breach the barrier?
Corrupted earth crystals or something?
Well, in the past, we've beaten similar barriers by nullifying them with elemental converters. But the one we're up against this time dwarfs aught we've encountered before. The Enterprise simply isn't large enough to bear the requisite amount of crystals.
I'm reminded of the quantity needed to nullify Leviathan's command of the sea. A veritable mountain of crystals that could only be borne by lashing two galleons together to form a twin vessel, scarcely able to propel itself, much less fly.
That said, we're not without options. If it isn't feasible to nullify the barrier, we might try piercing it.
Yeah, remember that. They just
How?
ram it.
We create a ram of condensed ether and mount it on my ship. There's just one problem. I don't have the faintest idea how to build one. It's going to take a true authority in the field, I reckon.
Would that the Archons were still with us.
But yesterday evening, I chanced to find Mistress Tataru in unusually high spirits. Assuming I understood her excited ramblings correctly, she has acquired a clue, pointing to the whereabouts of one such individual.
Who?
An Archon? Truly?
Ha! Fortune favors the righteous, eh? Well then, let's not waste any time. While you go and look for our missing friend, I'll work on modifying the Enterprise. Her hull will need reinforcing to bear the punishment, not to mention a mount for the ram. Just you wait, my pretty. By the time I'm finished, you'll be an airship reborn.
Yeah, for some reason I thought like we picked up the Scions much earlier in the story. I mean, I knew we didn't get them all at the same time, but yeah, I thought we would have already found one by now. So who is this gonna be? Like, my first thought, I mean, since we're dealing with like etheric type stuff, would be Y'shtola. But then how did she get word of Y'shtola? I mean, we'll find out, but she may not spend her day she may not spend her days slaying primals, but Tataru is no less a scion than you or me. Full oft has her knack for acquiring information proven vital to our endeavors. Welcome back, Lavenza. How goes the mission? Did you manage to catch up with the Archbishop and his cronies? So you finally arrived at Az's Law, only to find your way barred by some sort of barrier. Typical. Yeah. But it's not all bad news. I've made progress in the search for our friends. Don't worry, Lavenza. We'll get to Az's Law yet. Oh. Ethereal Trail. Tataru is eager to share her... See, Ethereal Trail is making me think Y'shtola. Tataru is eager to share her progress in the search for the missing scions. When you fled the Victory Feast, you used the ancient watercourse beneath the city, right? Well, shortly after things went back to normal in Ul'dah, I asked Marshal Terrapin to have the tunnels searched. A logical place to look. It was there that you lost contact with Minfilia, Thancred, and Y'shtola, was it not? Dare I ask what the Marshal found? I don't actually know. Terrapin's message said that there had been a discovery and that we were to come to the Hall of Flames at our earliest convenience. I dare not think what it might be. We shall depart at once. Tataru, let Urianger know to join us in Ul'dah. He will wish to be present as well. Yes, sir. Okay, sure. Yeah, shortly after things went back to normal in Ul'dah. So then likely it was very recently that they did the search. Okay, Hall of Flames. As thou art returned to us, wherefore might our comrades not be the same? Never shall I concede them lost till I have seen proof of their passing. Dude, his vocabulary is just kind of obnoxious. I don't like wherefore. It just... I know it's supposed to mean like why or something, but just the fact that it has where in it is always going to make me think of where, and then the sentence doesn't make sense. We are grateful for your assistance, Marshal Terrapin. You saved her grace and father both. 'Tis the least I can do to repay you. Forgive me my impatience, Marshal, but your missive mentioned a discovery? Yes, of course. As per your request, I had my men scour the waterways. Almost immediately, we encountered a difficulty. An entire section of the tunnel had collapsed. With the mining concern's cooperation, however, we were able to remove the rubble, which yielded the battered bodies of a dozen crystal braves. Good, the bastards. Go on. Be at ease, Master Alphino. Your friends were not among the deceased. That alone is cause for hope. And then there is this. You stole his wand. I had assumed as much. If I may, Marshal. "'Tis as I did surmise. Judging by the etheric imprint that lingereth yet upon this wand, it hath assuredly been employed in the casting of a most uncommon magic. Namely, the very first that man did conceive to traverse great distances, and the ancient precursor to all methods of travel that utilize the life stream, flow. The spell entaileth the reduction of the corporeal form into its constituent aether, that the caster might enter the life stream and right its currents thereby. Unlike the teleportation magics of modern times, it requireth not a lengthy incantation. That Y'shtola should choose to employ such a spell bespeaketh the need for haste. All of which would suggest she managed to escape. Would that it were so simple. Know that the scholars of Charlian forbade the use of this spell, and with good reason. The caster hath but limited control over his course. For every mage who came safe unto his destination, another would be set adrift in the life stream, never to emerge. What? No! No, you can't mean... Be not downcast, my friends, for there is yet hope. 'Tis like that Y'shtola's passage hath left traces in the life stream. Could we but follow these from the point at which the magic was invoked, we may yet find her. To the Sildi excavation site, then. Our thanks for your aid, Marshal. Do not mention it. I shall pray for Lady Y'shtola's safe return. Would that I could be of more assistance, but our nation's resources are stretched thin. Be that as it may, do not hesitate to contact me if there is aught I can do. Okay, yeah, that's just there. It's what I thought, but I didn't want to go blindly and then end up at the wrong place. Simply being here calls to mind the events of that fateful day. If our friends weren't in the tunnel, that must mean they're somewhere else. Logic would dictate, yes. Evidence of Y'shtola's passage will have been made faint by time, but mayhap some few scant traces yet remain to guide our steps. We never actually get to see what they see when they look through those, do we? I think there's maybe a moment where we see something through Ystola's eyes, you know, after she comes back, but maybe not. I don't know. It could just, you know, like I've imagined it at some point and remembered that. The trail leadeth to the north and east, unto the bosom of the 12's wood. Are you certain? Aye, there is no mistake. Thither hath Y'shtola journeyed. And yet the Gridanians have reported no sightings. We must take this to mean she is still adrift. If it be so, I do fear for our friend. Contrary to its name, the life stream is more akin to a raging torrent. Linger over long in the midst of this maelstrom, and the aether that formeth one's soul shall surely be scattered, never to be reformed. We have no time to waste. Urianger, pray explore all possible options for reversing the effects of this forbidden magic. Lavenza, Tataru, we three shall press on to Gridania and petition the elder Seed Seer's aid. Hold on, Y'shtola, we're coming for you. It is said that the elementals perceive the life stream. If, as we suspect, Y'shtola is still adrift in its midst, they may be able to find her. But if we are to appeal to them for assistance, we must needs do so through their chosen, the Pajal. It is imperative, therefore, that we speak with Kane Senna without delay. Thank you all for watching this video. Tonight was an amazing stream. We finished off Heaven's Word, and it's as good as, if not better than I remember. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into the patch content. So if you want to see that live, the link to my Twitch is down below. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for watching, and have a great one.